Welcome back, old friends and new strangers. My name is Vega, and today I'm continuing to play Julia Among the Stars from the Itch.io bundle for racial justice and equality. As always, I have included links to support my racial justice charity of choice, as well as other Black Lives Matter resources in the description. When last we left off, we had quite the info dump in the form of data pads from other members of the expedition. And there was some hinky shit going on this base. So, without further ado, let's continue our investigation. Okay, so I think we did go and get in these lockers, or we got in one of the lockers anyway. Let me pull up my phone so I can see where I wrote it down. Pavel's locker, 978125. I don't know which one this is. 978125. Confirm. Nope, it's not that one. I'm just gonna keep
Another
trying.
opened empty locker. I would suggest examining the ones that are still closed.
You know, that is not in fact the one that I was trying to look at. I am playing left-handed today, which is one of the reasons I love point-and-click adventures. You can switch the mouse very easily. Yay! We're in Pavel's locker. Search.
Look, he hid his ID card in there.
You have very good eyes, Rachel.
We have a lot of ID cards now. And
This locker has been pried open and is useless.
I don't know the other one. I only have one locker combination written down on here. So I think we've looked at everything we can in this room, or almost everything we can. Yeah. So let's go back to the hallway. Yeah, we've looked at everything. And let's go to the lab. We have that code, which is 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 3. 5, 6, 3. Yay! I did notice the body was always there, and I just didn't see it. Because of who I am as a person, I guess.
The waste disposal unit is still sealed.
The laboratory is one more thing the crew failed to use properly.
Containment unit.
This container holds various research samples.
Strange device.
What is this device?
Observation. It looks like a makeshift device. It was probably constructed from other devices.
Can you be more specific?
It looks like a Geiger counter. The parts came from the demolished hovercraft we saw outside.
That's pretty ingenious.
Commentary. Why would they need to measure radiation when the central computer was equipped with sophisticated radiation detectors? Even my sensors detected radiation right away.
Perhaps they broke.
I need to know the answer to that now. Glove box.
The glove box was meant for handling unsafe materials. It was never used.
Analytics station. Oh, so we can analyze objects we found earlier. Awesome. So I'm trying to drag it. Oh, that's the instructions. Cloth sample that we found earlier, I believe outside. We have a bioanalysis and a data analysis. So the data analysis says, splatter vector analysis suggests that the blood came from an outside source and not from the person wearing this cloth sample. Bioanalysis, the sample contains traces of dried human blood. After 60 years of laying outside the hermetically sealed station, this blood is too degraded to analyze. Okay. Body sample. We have 2 body samples. This one is Andrew Lark's, according to the DNA. The skull is badly fractured. Cause of death, laser gunshot to the head. Heavily mutated human viri, I guess that's the plural of viruses, are present in the body, probably caused by long exposure to heavy radiation levels. Interesting. So there's definitely something going on with radiation, because I know they mentioned something about that earlier. And then we're going to look at this other body, which is Powell Chernahouse. The sample analysis reveals his skull was fractured by a strong blast. Suggested cause of death is a laser gunshot to the head from point-blank range. The photographic analysis reveals an estimated 98.3 probability that he was shot while sleeping. Okay, that's all our objects that we can analyze for now. There's just more analytic stations. Computer terminal. I can go in as a lot of people. A lot of different people. I think Andrew Lark was the one that was, in charge. Rank major. So, messages. He has a message from Barth Krylov. Still nothing. That's bullshit. It must be something obvious. Let's not alert the crew just yet. If she did that, she must be more clever than I thought. I don't care. Just nail it down. Let's make a nice trap for our little bird. Do you really think she's behind all this? Hell yes. Who else would it be? Powell? Scott? Not bloody likely. Maybe. Let's lure her out for a special date tonight. I know what you think, but it was necessary. I probably won't make it. In case you need more info, I've written everything in my data pad. Bloody hell, don't do this to me. I am sorry, Andy. Okay, so clearly there's some time gaps in between these messages. Barth Krylov. I don't think we've found anything that belongs to Barth Krylov yet. And Lark is being a creeper, but that's not news. Okay, this message with Cynthia Cleveland. You pretentious jerk, who do you think you are? Crawl into some hole and die, okay? There must be enough of them on this stupid planet. I will not tolerate this. Yeah, right, you freak. I know it's you, and I will get you sooner or later. Well, that's not strange at all. Okay, media gallery. Got rocks, some of this stuff. This is just... That sound was a little creepy. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, now let's look at Alexander Hinckley. We have read his messages before, though. Yes, we've read these messages. We've read these messages before, I believe. Yeah, because that's where we got the answer to the data pad. Okay, so I don't think we've looked at Powell's messages. Crew messages. Remember that we're the last surviving members of this expedition. There's no excuse for mistakes. Any form of rules violation will be strictly punished. In other words, don't screw up or you'll have to deal with me. Attention to all personnel. An emergency meeting will be held tomorrow, 21/33/1929, at 7 a.m. Celia time. Your presence is mandatory. Okay, this is the same messages with Alexander, but just from the other perspective. I mean, I'm gonna double check. Yeah, it's the same. Scott White. Ha! That was one hell of a fight. Yeah, you're quite good. Still don't understand how you got away from that lever. I am just that special. Let's have a rematch. What the hell? Barth destroyed the hovercraft? Yeah, we need to find out what's going on. Can't you somehow find his datapad password? I guess we could learn a lot there. I tried to spy on him. I got as far as seeing that he starts by entering his full name and then adds some long number. Try harder. Okay. Let's write that down, and by write it down, I mean I'm just going to take a picture of the screen. Okay. Barth Krylov. It looks like a poison. Any evidence of thallium in anything we have here? Nope, I don't think so. But the symptoms are all over the place. Leah in her hair, abdominal pains, everything. Yeah, or it's some super secret alien virus, smiley face. Oh, shut up. Seriously, I have a bad feeling about this. We will see. Let's just stay put. The last thing I want to have around here is some bloody hysteria. Yeah, that would be a real help. Not. Okay, so Barth Krylov is in on something. Cynthia Cleveland. Hey, want to meet up tonight? What's up? Just thought you could help me with something. Sorry, I'm a bit busy. Maybe another time? Busy? In here? One of us has to actually do something. Okay. Now we have a picture from outside on Powell's shit. And then the same kind of thing. And that's all the data pads we have. So what else can we look at in here? We looked at the analytics station. Oh, there's something. Data pad. Examine.
Wait a minute. There is a custom nano SD card inserted.
Let's remove and analyze it before we try to use it. Who knows what might be stored there?
Cool. I have a nano... Oh, that's... Okay. The datapad Cynthia Cleveland's, I don't have her password yet that I'm aware of. But let's examine this SD card. Available analysis types. Data
This is
analysis.
perfect. Now I can try breaking into weakly protected data pads.
Ooh. The nano SD card contains the executable file of the program designed for password analysis. After setting the datapad into maintenance mode, this program will isolate which letters are part of the target password. Due to the limits of this program, it won't work on datapads with strong protection. So, okay, that's interesting. Biological analysis, correlation with the internal fingerprint database reveals a match with Barth Krylov. Traces of Andrew Lark's fingerprints can be detected as well. So, I'm going to infer that Barth and Andrew were trying to break into Cynthia's datapad, because that's where we found it. Here's a scrap datapad.
Those simple digital scrap pads are used to write notes.
Well, what is on it? Nothing? Okay, let's look at Cynthia's datapad again. And use our SD card. I don't understand. Was that supposed to help? It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 letters. But it didn't tell me what they are. So okay, there's it's like tic-tac-toe. Okay. There's no A's. I'm forgetting a vowel. But I don't have that many attempts remaining. Okay. Okay, well that didn't work. Let's try again. We know it was W, I, F, O, wildflower. Yes! Yeah, oh, good job, me! Oh, I'm so proud of myself! Oh, that was awesome! I love that feeling. Okay. Cynthia Cleveland, rank Civilian Department Research, last access 21/33/1930. Entry from 21/33/1923. Here we are, the last and least interesting planet in the solar system. It's not that we are successful. This entire expedition has been nothing but one big continual scrub. There's nothing to do here, yet we've been ordered to keep up with our daily logs. Yeah, right. 1924. Gosh, I feel terrible. My head hurts and I'm all red. It looks like there's something in the air. I tried to tell this to Lark, but he doesn't care. What a dumbass. Lee feels even worse than I do. I tried to help and gave her some of my pills, but it didn't do any good. I wish I could do more for her. 1925. What bullshit? I'm not supposed to look into Lee's condition? What's going on here? I have a feeling that Lark is losing his mind. Is it because he never got over his failure at Ambrosia? I'm so happy he never let me descend with them. Anyway, he's acting really weird. I may be paranoid, but he seems to know more than he's telling us. And he knows something about Lee. I'm going to investigate this on my own. There's no apostrophe, and I'm right there. 1926. Lee is getting worse, and neither Lark or Barth seem bothered by that. I can understand that brainwashed jerk not caring, but Barth, I've always respected him as a serious scientist. I need to get more evidence about what's going on. If only I could get my hands on Lark's ID card. I might try convincing Barth or Scott to give me a hand there. If I ever hope to blow the whistle on Lark's ambrosia operation, I need more evidence anyway. I wish I had access to their dorm. Okay, so something was going on before this planet, too. 1927. Lee has died. I can't believe it. It happened so fast, and yet I have a feeling that Lark is somehow involved. I've seen the look on his face as he was staring at me, and I am now absolutely sure that he did something to her. Everyone is feeling really terrible, and I suspect that something like thallium has been added to our food. I was able to persuade Scott to lend me his card, at a price. Not that my boyfriend, Dmitry Gnatchak, Natishak, would have cared. As soon as I got this mission assignment, he took off for Japan to join some cult. The Knights of the Old Republic. Whatever, my time with Scott paid off nicely. So she slept with him to get the ID card. Natishak. I'm reasonably confident about that.
Now this is interesting. Cynthia has hidden a camera in the men's sleeping room ventilation system to spy on Andrew.
I tried to get in there and it wouldn't let me. Okay. 1928. I was able to sneak into the men's dorm, but I didn't have time to break into Lark's locker. I've installed a camera in the ventilation system, and with a little bit of luck, I might get his passcode. I just need to wait. Okay, so if we can get into the ventilation system, we can get in the camera, and the camera will have the passcode to Lark's locker. Okay. Crap. Lark has publicly accused me of poisoning the crew. What is that idiot thinking? He thinks that shifting the blame to me will cover his ass? Not bloody likely. I ran away so they wouldn't see my tears. I'm so weak. I just wish I could punch him right in his face. 1930. Alex died, and if I am not mistaken, Barth is involved in his death as well. To think that I wanted to get him on my side, they plan to meet outside later this evening. I need to sneak out there and find out what this charade is all about. We're dying in here, and nobody seems to care. I wish I wasn't so helpless. I kind of feel bad for this person. Blue board. Station computer. Oh, that's the thing we did already. Blue board. Turn on. Donald Anaxophone Bixler, who accumulated the universe's largest digital games collection, died when his collection achieved an AI hive mind and blew his neural pathways. Afterwards, Donald was found by his friends, clutching the only physical software in his home. It was an indie cult classic, J.U.L.I.A Among the Stars, forced on him by the developer in a fit of unwanted gratitude. Meanwhile, the newly involved intelligence infiltrated a hypercross control module and was last tracked fleeing the solar system while net streaming turn-based fighting cheats. Alexandra Brown traveled to Elpis Alpha on the second Yamabushi expedition. She was enchanted by the planet's icy beauty and tall, majestic, snow-covered peaks. Alexandra decided to celebrate her first planetary landing by taking part in her favorite hobby, the obscure sport of ski yodeling. Unfortunately, her echoing and off-key yelps brought down a massive avalanche and crushed her completely. I am unclear on if this is like meta text from the developers or what. I do believe that developers are not native English speakers, so I'm going to should probably stop complaining about like spelling issues. It's really not that big of a deal, but it bothers me. Oh, and this is called in memoriam.txt. Agustin Cordes had been haunted for years by a crazed fan and relentless stalker named Sophia. He felt safe in his country estate, though odd sounds kept him edgy and sleepless. One night, she leapt out of a dark corner of his bedroom while wearing her favorite dolphin costume and stabbed him repeatedly with a knife. He died, but happily was finally cured of his lifelong boredom. Juanita Durkin's celebrated curiosity caused her to steal a strange extraterrestrial pod from the Yamabushi Space Lab and take it home for private examination. Unfortunately, the pod was not plant life, but a hibernating Alpha Centauri grew. Having skipped alien biology in her field training and with no awareness of the danger she faced, she turned out the lights to go to sleep. The crew revived and immediately ate her with great glee. What is this? I can't tell if this is like actually relevant. Is this relevant to the story, or is this outside the story, or people who've been lost on the mission? Well, okay, Dmitry Natishak is here. So, it is in story somehow. Dmitry Natishak joined the Japanese Kodor cult compound. Like the BioWare game? Rising to the rank of Ultimate Jedi Master, he led the cult until he was 100 years old, when the news of his old sweetheart's murder by her mission leader reached Earth. Dmitry went on a sake binge and attacked a competitive cult of Sith Lords. They defeated him easily, unfortunately in front of a group of Instatech phone-wielding tourists dressed as Ewoks. Their viral video release of his utter humiliation mocked his defeat. Dmitry fell on his own lightsaber in total despair. I need to know what this is! I don't get it. What is this relevant for? Roland Gwynn died near the Yamabushi Mission Control Facility when a long-distance rose hauler took exception to the mocking phrase on his t-shirt and ran over him with his truck. Roland left his vast cache of pithy phrase message shirts to the local asylum, which caused the inmates to riot and rampage through the nearby city, sparking mass hysteria. Well done, Roland. This is a lot. Laura McDonald finally achieved her lifelong dream of a bigger box. She was just settling in for a long-awaited meal of pilfered game show VIP treats, madly scribbling dialogues for an unfunded indie game project, when a nearby cherry tree fell and killed her. With a proper rope and rock, she might have survived. Jason Quincy Sperber was financially ruined by the loss of the first expedition. Oh, is this everyone who was lost, who died, like, previously, that's related to the people who were on this mission? The public outrage over his selection of a sociopathic ex-soldier as the secret mission leader and the rash reliance on an untested weapon prototype led to his trial and conviction for crimes against humanity. The live broadcast of his execution drew the largest webcast audience in recorded history. Did they do it at The Hague? Necrosis Thanatos. God, that is so familiar. A well-known cat lover spotted a feline-looking alien creature on Ambrosia. When he impulsively and stupidly reached out to stroke its fur, the ravenous carnivore tore his arm right off with its retractable claws. Necrosis died when the expedition crew abandoned him to the jungle, glad to finally be free of his never-ending cat videos and related bunk decor. Gonzalo Tordo, who suffered from acute logophilia, worked for Phoenix Online as their permanent intern until the last day of his life. Cognition Episode 25 was the final blow to his fragile psyche, and he took himself out of the game permanently by smashing his head into his keyboard. Not to pass up a great PR moment, Phoenix launched a keyboard smashing challenge campaign in his honor and watched their game sales rocket. Mike Wortman was posthumously awarded the Earth Alliance Medal of Honor for his alleged heroics in the Great Water Wars, although the truth was very different. Ordering his soldiers into a suicide mission to destroy an illegal dam, Mike snuck off to enjoy a pilfered beer and was killed when it exploded in his hands. Surprisingly, the mission was a total success and marked the end of the conflict. Needing heroes to distract people from the obscene cost of the war, the military chose Mike and history was rewritten once again. And that's it. So in memoriam.txt, I can't go to new anything. So is that it here? Where's my thingy? It shows me things. Yeah, that's... Oh no, there is something else to click on. Okay. This water bottle? No, that's just back. Never mind, I got excited. Microscope. Examine.
A standard digitally enhanced microscope.
Broken device part.
Commentary. I don't know where this part comes from, but I don't think it will be useful to find out.
Wait, exploration mode. What's the other mode? Oh. No, I actually do still want to be there. Go back. Go back! I accidentally left the planet and I didn't mean to. Okay, we're back on the planet. I'm like really mad that I did that. That was kind of dumb. External storage unit. Did I look at this?
Commentary. These storage units contain equipment used for planetary exploration.
I think yes. I'll just go back inside the place. Okay, and we were in the lab. You are clicking at things on the lab. There's something on the floor here. Datapad. Barth Krylov's datapad. And didn't it say that the first letters were his first name? So B-A-R-T-H. Krylov. There are like no repeats. And then a string of numbers. So 1, 5, 7, 9, 6, 8, 3, 0. Nope. Oh shit. Go back. Do the thing that I tell you to do. I wish I could just type on my keyboard. Where's R? Oh, I already did R. And he said 5 was in there, 7 was in there, 1 was in, no, 1 was not in there. 0, 6 was in there, 4, 2. Yay! Okay. Barth Krylov, rank civilian, department research. Last access 21/33/1936. Entry from 1923. Now this is interesting. Originally, Xenophon was our main target, yet it's entirely devoid of any life. Does it mean we landed at the wrong place, or did Julia make another one of her infamous mistakes? From the very beginning, I was warning everyone about the premature total reliance on untested, sophisticated technology, and it would seem that I was correct about my assumptions. Honestly, I don't really trust Julia either, so fair. There is a possibility that some miscalculation made by Chandra led us towards Ambrosia, but there's no way those things could have sent out any signal. What things? What things? Either way, we caught it and it led us here, so let's explore. 1924. Today our crew encountered mild nausea. Nothing worth caring about, as there are more pressing matters. There is something wrong with this planet. I was conducting a spectral analysis of our surroundings, and the data simply doesn't add up. I am considering the idea that this place was once actually bustling with life. But what happened? I'm growing very curious. It would have been nice research if I hadn't run into that Cynthia Cleveland creature again. Gosh, she's getting on my nerves. How could someone as stupid as her even make it into our crew? You really sure that's words you want to write down? You know, people just sharing with their diaries, everything. 1925. What the hell? Our data channels are dead. Andy decided to keep this information to ourselves for some reason. Well, he's the boss here. For now, we've simply said that the communication with Julia is ongoing and nothing extraordinary. My phone's going off. It's fine. Has been found. It gets me worried, though. If we never recover our data channels, we're stuck on this planet. I'll try to look into the communication issue myself to make sure there's no sabotage. One suspect immediately jumps to mind. Who, Barth? Is it Cynthia? I bet it's Cynthia. 1926. I'm still not sure what is jamming our communication. I've run every single test available, but still can't isolate the problem. I might ask Alex to look into this with me. It should be his job anyway, and I'm not that big of an expert on such things. Also, what originally seemed like ordinary names, nausea, now appears to be more serious than we thought. Zheng looks as if she's been poisoned by thallium. Our planetary data check ruled out radiation poisoning, which would have very similar symptoms. I'm convinced this is an inside job, and my instincts point me only to one person. Could she be jealous of Li Zheng? Is that it? I'd better keep a close watch on her. Why do you have such a problem with Cynthia? I don't trust men. That's it. 1927. Li Zheng died today. Her illness progressed so rapidly, I'm convinced she had to be poisoned. I wish I could verify that with Julia's internal laboratory, I wish I could verify that with Julia's internal laboratory, but the damn data stream is silent. We can't even get back into orbit. I called Alex to help me out with the data channels problem, but even after triple checking every single thing, we couldn't discover what's jamming the communication lines. The cause must be here in the station because we were able to verify data is traveling to and from the probe. We just can't access it. In my opinion, somebody messed with the decryption unit. But how? Is it me? Is it the person I'm playing as? Is it all my fault and I just forgot? I don't know. It's a possibility, technically. 1928. I feel terrible. Have I been poisoned as well? If this is true, I have only 3 days to find out the cause of the poisoning and obtain an antidote. Not a very nice outlook. And that hag is always snooping around. I must warn Andy. He will know how to deal with her, I'm sure of that. I've seen before that he's incredibly good at those kinds of things, and I still have my doubts about what happened at Zenobia. She might be behind it. I don't think... Zenobia sounds familiar, but I can't place it, so I'm not sure where it falls into this story. I got an order from Andy to create a special little maintenance program, something which could help us break datapad passwords. He knows how much I love cryptography, so he didn't have to ask twice. I need to keep my work secret. As long as she feels her datapad is safe, we might be able to find important clues in there. Oh boy, there's a lot of things to read. Okay. 1929. We've decided to play a little game with Miss Cleveland. Andy blamed her for poisoning our crew, and we told her that he has the proof in his locker. If she doesn't explain herself, she will have to deal with the consequences. I understand what he's after. If she panics, she might reveal something which would shed light into this poisoning. Also, my work on this little maintenance program progresses nicely. I need to try it soon on her datapad. Okay, new theory. Li Jing is the murderer. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. Eventually, I will be correct. 1930. Alex died today. I met Andy and we decided to deal with Cynthia tonight. Even if she hasn't made any obvious mistake, we can't allow this to continue. She was caught snooping around the station again, and just the thought of her gives me the shakes. We'll end it tonight and inform the crew in the morning. 1931. She made it so simple for us. She followed us to the back of the station and tried to eavesdrop. It was easier than I thought. To kill her? God. It's like so callous. Now we can get back to real work. I messed up my first attempt and wiped some data from her datapad. I should have tested it first, but I was too excited to finally break in. I'm positive that the answer to our poisoning lies there. I feel I don't have much time left, so there's... The information we got from Cynthia's datapad is not everything she knew, so there's something missing. 1932. What the hell? Either she faked it really well, or we've made a horrible mistake. I've broken the datapad, and she actually suspected Andy to be the poisoner. I need to think now. So, oh god. 1933. I have a crazy idea about what could be the root cause of our problems. There's no way now that we will ever have to return to the probe, that we will ever be able to return to the probe. So I think I'll borrow some of our hovercraft parts for my handmade Geiger counter. I wish I could show this to my friend, Donald Anaxophone Bixler. He'd scoff at my steampunk device, since he only believes in digital. Maybe so, but we're in desperation mode now. We have another new quest thingy. 1935. The device is almost done. I hope I'll wake up tomorrow so that I can use it. Andy also knows his time will come soon. He told me his datapad password is AN, bunch of numbers, K, in case he doesn't survive. If he goes first, he wants me to take over this expedition. But I don't think I will survive past tomorrow. I'm going to take a picture of that really quickly. That's a lot of numbers. Okay, and then last entry, 1936. I will die soon. Based upon my device findings and some additional calculations, the radiation level is 11 Gauss. It's too much for anyone to handle. I should have known this earlier. We've failed. Something's going on with radiation. I have questions, but I think I've clicked on all these things. Yeah. So, let's go look at Andy's locker. Where is... Or, yeah, I think that's it. Both the locker and the ventilation. Remove cover.
According to Cynthia's datapad, a camera should still be hidden in here.
If we are lucky.
Oh, yes! Hidden camera.
It's still there.
The camera no longer works, but I'm recovering its memory card.
Oh, so we have to go analyze
Let's
it.
take it to the analytics station to see what we can get from it.
Okay. So much back and forth. Come here. Thank you. Data analysis. It's showing a video. Is it going to show a hand? Okay, it's showing numbers being punched, but I can't really see what they are. Oh, it's going to tell me. Okay. The memory card contains one video file. A sequential analysis of visual data reveals a locker code sequence. The code is 549237. Okay. And bioanalysis, correlation with the internal fingerprint database reveals a clear match with Cynthia Cleveland. Cool. So let's go get in the locker. No, I don't want to exit. Go to the chamber. And presumably his data pad is in the locker. 549237. 549237. Yay! Sir.
There's another card lying in this locker.
That is the station MasterCard. We might be able to extract some really useful data with it.
Is that all that's in there? Do we not have Andy's data pad? Nope, that's Alex's. I really thought we were going to find a data pad in there, but no. We did not.
This seems to be the very
Last empty locker is what he was saying before I accidentally did that. Okay, well, I think next time is going to be a good opportunity to go see what Andy was up to, because that's a lot of hinky, like I said, hinky shit is happening. So thank you for joining me this time. Thank you to all my old friends. And as for my new strangers, well, if you've been here this long, I think I can consider you a friend as well. See y'all later.